Hello, my friends. I'm Suki, the Brown-Eyed Stitcher. This is Flosstube 31. Am I really prepared to make this video? No, absolutely not. Has it been over 40 days since I last filmed? Yes it has. So, here we go. You maybe think I have all of these projects to show. I have like 5. Yeah. So, I did not write down numbers. Maybe I'll show you how I do that. I've gotten some questions about like behind the scenes, I guess, of Flosstube videos, like what I use, my setup, things like that. I could just say I deliberately left that to now so I can show you the process. That is not true whatsoever, but you know. Let's go with it. I couldn't even remember all the projects that I worked on since I filmed my whip parade, and that's probably because it was a whip parade. I was showing everything, and so I didn't really have it in my brain what I had worked on since then. Like, what did I show then? I showed everything. You guys blew me away with that video. So much love, and I love you all. I hope you know that. I might be super scattered. I'm always super scattered, I feel like, but we just talk. We're just gonna conversate, okay? So let's see here. What project do I want to show first? Okay, I'm gonna show. I worked on this stamped kit. And when I say worked on it, I mean I put in one thread that goes over this green color. I put it in up here. There was a day I had a really stubborn headache, not quite migraine, but I was also coming off of a trip, dealing with a time change and just the feminine cycle, hormones, anyway, stitching wasn't really happening. Like, nothing was happening. I'm pretty certain I slept all morning, and then, well, and the night. I slept like 10 hours. And then, like, fed my animals and myself. And that's all the stitching I did that day was, yeah, right here. This light purple right in there. That's it. That's all I've stitched on this piece. This is a stamped kit fostered from Alara, and you can see what I've stitched back here. It's basically all of this upper section. That's what it looks like overall. I grab this piece whenever I really can't focus on anything else. Like, I just can't deal with one more thing. And sometimes that's what paper patterns are, is just like one more thing. Okay. I don't... Oh, it goes in here. Okay. Project 1. Instagram tells me I also worked on, I didn't pull the picture out, but chances are you know what this looks like. This is A Year in the Woods by Cottage Garden Samplings. It is number 12 in the series, which is Winter, the reindeer one. And I got to, look, I still have my needle here. That's great. Oh, I know the last time I worked on this. Okay, So I reached this bottom corner. It's all white. Yay. Okay. So the reason that this got left in this condition, where I didn't even put my needle on a needle minder, is I was stitching this on an airplane, and I sat next to somebody, and I pulled this out. Well, I always sit next to somebody, right? Almost. Anyway, it's an airplane. You sit next to people. The person I sat next to saw me pull this out and said, we had already conversed a little bit before this point. Not very much. Anyway, he said, is this cross stitch? Like, I have questions. And he asked questions. He said he had a friend stitch the really big Pokemon Generations one. I can't remember what it's called. But it's the one that has all of the Pokemons everywhere, right? He said his friend stitched it during the pandemic, and so he thought it was super cool. So he had like all of these questions, and he said that just a couple weeks before, he had purchased a couple little kits for him and his wife, but they hadn't done them yet. They still haven't done them, or he would have sent me pictures. But he just asked me so many questions about reading a chart and how all the stitching happens. Like, just, yeah. And that turned into a conversation that lasted the entire plane. Like, it was a 2-hour plane ride. And we just talked the whole time about different things. Like, the stories of how he met his wife, and his latest hobby is beekeeping. He like gets into a hobby and like goes all into a hobby. He said he spent a couple months learning how to poach eggs. He also dealt with he had a cat that got really sick, and he dealt with the stress of that by making cheesecake. He said he made so many cheesecake that all his friends were like, we don't want any more cheesecake. Anyway, it was super interesting. But that was why this needle is here. It's because I got like 5 stitches in, and then we were talking, and I did that instead of stitching. But anyway, that's where this is at. We have the top, whatever corner this is. I just remembered I don't have my mic on. Too late. I'll just post-edit, adjust my sound. Anyway, so we've got the entire top portion done. Everything above here is done, I think. I know this is the beginnings of something because it's white. Oh, this is his tail. So everything above, like the house and up, is done. His front legs are done. There's a lot more grass here, and then there's like snow and, you know, his whole hind quarters to go. This is 32 count Gray Magic by Stitch Me. I will be putting all the winter on here, so the reindeer, the fox, and the swans will all go on Gray Magic. Isn't that so lovely? I love it. This is supposed to be my travel piece. I'm not doing tons of travel that I would use this for. Like, I'm not going, it's summer, we don't have dance classes that I'm sitting at in the studio or reading, I don't know. Other things have taken its place. But that's typically when I have grabbed this piece, is like sitting in meetings and stuff, when I don't want to deal with the tablet and I just want to deal with like, this is all paper stuff. So it's like the step above the stamped kit. Stamped kit is like, my brain's not functional. And this is just like, I'm functional, but I don't want a lot of like things. So it hasn't come up. I know that I've only stitched on this like 4 times since my whip parade. It hasn't been very much. Because of another project, which I'm not going to show you yet. I'm going to show you this one. This is Woodland Enchantress. It's a Dimensions Gold Collection kit. And there are all 4 seasons, and I want to do them all. I'm a sucker for seasonal things. This is supposed to be my, I stitch this 30 minutes every day. But like I said, another project has taken over my life, and so I haven't. But I did work on it a little bit. I really like how you can see, like, this stuff always glowed to me, and now you can see them, like, down here. They're not all filled in, but you can see their circular shapes coming all the way down here. Her dress is looking so beautiful there. I did all the background on this one first, and now I'm starting back here with the dress, and then I'll move over and then up. This is all the kit stuff. It's a Ada gray 16 count. I don't know. I have these little note cards that I keep the information on. 16 count gray Ada. I started it in 2019. It is my oldest, like, paper pattern. It's my oldest non-full coverage. Even though it is literally full coverage, I think of it not as a full coverage. I don't know why. So my second oldest project, that's what this is, and that's why it was getting 30 minutes a day. And I will get back to it being 30 minutes a day, but it's kind of third priority right now. It's like I need to do this, and then I can get back to it. We'll see. Life is I'm adjusting. Like, anytime there's change in my life, it takes me a long time to adjust. And I've got a lot of different focuses than I don't want to say than I used to, but because it's kind of the same focus, but different activities to go along in that focus. Anyway, that was Woodland Enchantress. I only have 2 more projects to show you guys. Nope, just kidding, I have 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is Long Dog Sampler's Pavane for These Times. And it says, turn your face to the sun and the shadows fall behind you. The year says 2020. I still haven't decided what I'm going to do about that. I don't know if I'm going to put the year in at all. Like, maybe I will. There's a lot of these, like this, it's a butterfly. These little butterflies, there's a lot of them. Maybe I'll just stick some butterflies up there. I could, I suppose, put my initials, but my initials don't take up 2 different spots. And I don't know that I want to do that either. Anyway, I haven't decided yet. But I don't have to decide for a while. This piece is on a 36 count even weave that started out white, and it got dyed by me this lovely, lovely dark purple color. I love it so much. Look, that's not a very big piece, you guys. Anyway, this is a Silks for You color PR 150, which is this gray. It's very slightly variegated gray. It's really hard to see, but it is there. It's just super, super subtle. So I worked on here, obviously. What I would love is to see this finished, and then I can count this finished for a whip go many, many months ago. Like technically my whip go goal is like stitch on the thing and call it done, but when I look at it, I tend to pick a section, and I picked like this section, and so I want to finish that section. But this is like from March or April. I don't know. It's from a while ago. I am super behind on whip go, but I really, really want to keep going on it because whip go was going to allow me to touch all my non-full coverage pieces this year. I'm going to show you my numbers. Okay, so this is what I have on my note cards. Okay, I've got the title, I've got the designer, like the fabric information, this is how I'm stitching it, and the total number of stitches. So 1/2, 21,005 stitches. And then here's my start date. Yeah, my start date is here. And then you can see here I restarted it. It's because I started it on a light purple fabric I dyed, but it wasn't allowing the gray to show up like I really wanted it to. So I dyed another piece of fabric this purple, and it's perfect. It is just perfect. So then what I do is every time I go to film, I write the date, and then I do some calculations so I see how many I have stitched, and then my total current stitches and the percentage. So obviously this is not what it is currently, so let's do this. That way you can see exactly what I do. Okay. Oh, except that's fine. I'm gonna use I'm on a tablet. I have a calculator here, sure. Have I ever used it on here? No, I've only ever used my tablet for Pattern Keeper. Okay. My total number of stitches right now is 1476. And the last time I wrote down, I had 987. What date is it today? The 14th of... Okay, so the 14th of July. I have stitched since February 20th, 489 stitches. Which is 1476, and my percentage is 7.03%. So now you can see date plus the number of stitches that we just calculated, and my total number of stitches now, and its current percentage. That's all they do. When I finish this page, I'll turn around and I'll write on the back. If I finish that, I just grab another one, another index card. Stick it in my, I throw it in my bag. We keep it low key around here. Anyway, Silks for You is lovely. I love it. Aw, look, my needle minder is pink Starbucks. I was gifted this by Stitches of Sass, my friend Jess, who is at her first cross stitch retreat right now, and I'm excited for her, and I can't wait to hear how it goes. Okay. Okay, so the do I have, here it is. I don't think I ever made a note card for this. That's fine. Okay, so this is snowshoe hair. I feel like I have to have a, it's not in here. That's okay. Snowshoe hair. This is from the sewing shop. I am stitching this for Kaylee. Very, very cute. I'm going to show it. This is, look at that. Just look at it. Isn't he so cute? Okay, this is my needle minder. This flower, he's not holding a flower. He has nothing to do with the flower. But look at him. Oh, look at this foot. And then it comes like up and then down through here. So, like, that's all I've got left. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. So there's like a lot for me to fill in up through here. Like, can you see the fabric right there? Like, all of those are spots I haven't filled in. But above here, like, that's all done. It's just like down here. He's less than 5,000 stitches remaining. So I have been stitching him essentially as my daily 30, except it's more like a daily 1%, which is 310 stitches only. And this is 10th stitch. I really wish I had a note card. I know this is 28 count. This is 28 count that Kaylee hand-dyed. She is wonderful at dyeing. I love how it's darker and streakier down here and then lighter up here. That's why I oriented him this way. I also put it so that you saw more of this higher streak on the back side of him rather than the front side of him. That was fun. Otherwise, yeah, here's his backside. I don't know, sometimes people like to see the back. I think it looks like this cool abstract kind of thing. Look at his little nose. Okay. He's so cute. Oh, Kaylee, he's so cute. Okay, I have said that a lot. So, what have I've stitched a lot on him. That's all I can say because I don't have a note card apparently for him. But I have stitched on him 26,311 stitches in total. He's at 84.65% now. 84.65. There's 2 colors finished in here out of I don't know how many colors because why would I know that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. 49 colors. See, I would have said 30 something. So, I would have been wrong. So 2 out of 49 colors are complete. And all colors are less than 400 stitches now. I'm so excited. So yes, doing 1% of this daily will definitely see a finish by the end of this month, which is July 2023. And I'm very, very excited for that. Because look how cute he is. So he's been taking, like, attention. So when I travel, he's the one that's been going with me, even though he involves a tablet. I don't typically like to travel with my tablet, just because it's an extra thing. But I want him done. I feel that pull to being finished. It's So 310 stitches is 1%. And if I do that every day, he'll be done in, what did I say? He's at 84.65, so, 15 more days. And that's if I only do the 310. If I have a day in which I'm like, I do 1,000, then, which really only happens when I'm on an airplane. So, yes, I've been on a lot of airplanes. I have gone to New Hampshire twice and California once since my whip parade. So I've had lots of, like, legit traveling there. Yeah. Anyway, I feel like there was something else I was going to say about this. Oh, remember how I was saying Woodland Enchantress has kind of become like a third priority? So this is kind of like first priority. Besides my bookshelf, y'all, my bookshelf is like always priority, but aside from that, this is like the first priority. And when this finishes, I do have a project I'm going to be starting. That's a Christmas gift. And I need to do just a slight recharting, but the recharting happens near the end, and so it's fine. So first priority. Second priority is like Whip Go. Get those Whip Go pieces touched. I'll talk about those in a little bit, but those are second, and then Woodland is third. And I do find I'm just not stitching as much as I used to, which is actually very, very good. Because stitching used to be just like a coping mechanism. It's how I dealt with just like surviving in life. I'm no longer at this point where I need it to survive. Like, I need to stitch because I love stitching and I want to stitch and I enjoy it, and I have all of these projects that I love and I want to like decorate my home with them. I also need a finisher. Like, somebody said this in a comment and I 100% agree. I need a finisher. Like, it's not that I can't finish them, but it's like too many steps for my brain. I would so much rather somebody else finish it than me do it. Even though I know that I can. Like, I have the sewing capabilities. I know how to frame. I can, like, even things out. Well, I don't know how to frame, but I know I can figure it out. Anyway. So, I want to stitch, but I don't need it as, like, a therapeutic survival coping mechanism. And I'm really happy that that's where I'm at. Really, really happy because it means I've made so much progress. I still have a ways to go. I know that, but it's so good. I'm actually able to focus on things like exercise and diet right now, which I really, like, I've known that I need this as a step because I feel like that's going to be a very important foundation for the thriving part. Like, I know how to survive. I don't want to survive. I'm tired of just surviving. I want to thrive. And I need that foundation to include, I guess I shouldn't say foundation because really the foundation is safety. And right above that foundation, I guess, what do you call the, like, the corners on the wall of my house, right? The 2x4s, the studs. That's diet and exercise. What am I putting into my body? And exercise for me is a way for me to feel good, not like a punishment, like, oh, I ate bad, so I need to exercise to get, like, excess calories off. It's not like that. It is that it makes me feel good to feel toned, to, like, lift whatever is heavy to me that day. Box jumps, like things that are fun. It's kind of like a way to play for me in a physical way, and I love it. So there's that, but there's also, right, what am I putting into my body? Am I putting into my body the things that are helpful rather than the things that are harmful? And focusing on that. And yes, it's a process. It's a big process, especially because like I still am having like cognitive difficulties, and I wasn't going to get into all of this until after my bookshelf. Sorry. Anyway. Cognitive problems, right? So, it's hard to focus on it and to just do things sometimes, but I also know that the more I do it, it's going to give my brain what it needs. It's going to give my body what it needs so it functions better so that I can do it better. And then it'll be this positive cycle, and it's good. I love that I can do that. But because I am focusing a little bit more there, I have less stitching time. I'm doing, like, there's homeschooling things, right? The way I homeschool, it's like we take the breaks when the breaks are needed, but that just means that we don't truly have a summer. Like, there's no big summer break like public schools have. It's just kind of year round, but we do have adequate breaks. Trust me. What else? Oh, I got a boyfriend. He takes time. Yes. Let me show you my bookshelf. I didn't even grab a picture from my bookshelf. This is Treasure Hunt Bookshelf by Amy Stewart. You know what? I need to grab it because I need to write down my note card. Alright, supersize, max color. Treasure Hunt Bookshelf by Amy Stewart, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. And this is 28 count, easy count fabric. 2/1 stitch. Okay, so this is one. I have a start date. This is actually a restart, but I don't even have my initial start date was like 2018, I think. I think it was a New Year, New Start, 2018. But I restarted it in 2019, and then like I didn't stitch for a lot of 2020, and so I picked it up here. Anyway, and then I have my note cards. Like I said, I moved to the back, and now I'm on a second one. So, the last time I wrote down, I was at 65.54%. Let me show you my progress, and then I will do my calculations. I have to show you the entire shelf now. So, as you can see, I was doing my normal, like, color thing all the way through. I was going by section. I was working on this section. And then, because of, like, the diet and exercise, I needed to free up some mental space. So, instead of switching colors as often as I do in here, I took one color and I started color completing this shelf. This is the third shelf. So there's a whole nother fourth shelf, okay? This is not the end of it, but it's what fits on my scroll rods perfectly. So I did black 310 because there's a lot of 310 here. And I'm almost done with 3371, which is dark brown. I don't know if you can really see the difference in camera between the two colors, but I promise you there are. This is all 310, and this has both colors in it. But I am here. I just started this yesterday, so now I just have to finish up here, and then I'll be on to another color. So what this does for me is I can just pull off one color on my Annie's Keepers. As I fall over, pulling it out. So I just pull it off. This is 3371. And then I don't have to think about it. I'm just dealing with one color. One color. And it makes it faster to stitch. And because my fabric is gridded, because it's the easy count fabric, I'm not very worried about miscounting or anything. Plus, because I started with the biggest colors, now I have a really good reference. I want to get in some of those smaller colors too, but I wanted to be able to start and end threads very easily without having any hanging threads waiting to be ended off or anything like that. So I might have enough now where I could pull in some of the smaller colors and stitch those out, but I haven't decided yet. I'm open to opinions if you have opinions. Otherwise, I might just choose the next color with the most stitches remaining, which, as soon as my tablet pulls it up, I can tell you what it is. It's thinking. Oh, here it goes. 814. That's the next color. So I might do that, or I'll just, I don't know. I also had this idea that I could input all the colors on a wheel and then pick that way. Randomly pick in that way. Because I think that I have a pretty good outline so that I could stitch any, like some places, like in here, I'd have to carry far in order to end a thread. So I don't know, but maybe. We'll see. Like I said, I'm open to opinions. But that's where I'm at. The halfway point is like here. Because this is the horse's hoof, and he's right about halfway. So I didn't quite fully finish this half. There are some empty spaces here still. But obviously I'm much more than halfway over the shelf. Okay, let's do some calculating. Today is the 14th of July. And 488440. 488440 minus 473392. I have not added nearly as many stitches as I should have because there were a lot of days I didn't stitch on it. Not just travel days. There were days outside of travel days I didn't. But I'm still on track. I can still do 600 stitches a day and still meet my my finished goal on it. 488440 percentage is 67.63%. There we go. So 15,000 stitches since my whip parade. Which, for being over a month ago, is really not that good of a number, but it's fine. Like I said, I'm still within range of like meeting my goal, because I want this shelf done by my retreat in November, and with a fully finish, like not fully finished, like framed finished, but the fourth shelf finished October 31st, 2024. So 600 stitches, it'll see me there. Okay, so I did a thing and I actually wrote down my, I did two things. Here, let me show you. So this is my treasure hunt bookshelf. This is, okay. I'm just trying to show you where to look right now. October, I'm reading this backwards. Why am I doing that? October 31st stitch count goal is this number right there. 551,065 stitches. That is just a calculation based on like where the end of the third shelf is row-wise. So it's not exact, because when I stitch, sometimes I stitch just below it, like right here. You can see it's a little bit below. So the actual number will be a little higher, but it's not. That's okay, I just needed the ballpark number. Days off are how many days off I had planned. So I had 60 days planned. That should have been enough, but then life changed, and yeah. So currently I have 84 days, just simply because I added additional rows here and it turned out to be 84. So then I went through and I wrote down every single day I have not stitched since starting this shelf. I need to add my last like California trip in here. I will have to add days off. I already know that because I have more things coming up in which I won't be stitching. But that's okay. And then here I have my calculation for checking my daily stitch count needed. If you really need to know what that is, you can take a picture, but that's okay. It's just a formula for me to know, is 600 stitches still okay, or can I drop it, or do I need to increase it? That's the only reason why I need to know my days off, my planned days off. And so as soon as I feel the need to add to my days off, I can change that number up here from 84 to whatever higher is, and I can account for that in my calculation. So that's how I determine what is needed for my daily stitch count. If I stitched every single day, I would only need like less than 500 stitches. But I know I'm not going to stitch on it every single day because it's huge. I don't travel with it. But I do go places away from home. So I like to account for that. The other page I made, this is WhipGo. So I finally put them in a WhipGo board thing. What I didn't do, I did this while traveling, so I didn't have any like pretty colors with me or anything. But I wrote down the month in which it was called up here. And then I will fill in or something when I have completed. So I do have like some of these finished. I just haven't colored it in yet. And then you can see there's blank spaces. This is because I have finished some projects and I don't know what to put in there. I replaced 2 of the spots already with my house plants from Owl Forest Embroidery. But I don't have any other non-full coverage piece that's not accounted for in here twice. Everything is in here twice. And that's why these spots are empty, because I don't know what to put in there. Do I put in something else not something else, but do I put in something, like, do I just randomly pick? Do I leave it, and then when those numbers are called, I just go with what I feel like going from here? Do I pick the one that is closest to a finish and work on that? Like, what do I put in those spots? I don't know. That's why those are blank. So, Pavan, it looks like, I think I did January, February, and March. April is where I fell off. So Pavan, that's where I was talking about where I wanted to finish the motif thing. That would have been April. Yep. And I don't have July's marked in here because I forgot to look them up and write them down, what numbers they were. But I do know that one of the numbers in July was the free space. So I do remember that. So I have that. I feel organized, okay? Sometimes it takes little for me to feel organized. Knowing that I'm not very organized in many other places. Don't surprise drop in on my house unless you're ready for chaos. That's it. Let's see. What else? That's all my projects. Oh, hold up. Okay. Before I forget, I wrote down notes on this specific thing. So in my whip parade, we had a giveaway, 1, 2, 3 Stitch. I asked you to recommend a book, and if books weren't your thing, recommend something else. So I did have other people recommend like movies and things like that. I still have not read all the comments and responded. I know, I am terrible at that. I used to be like super on top of it. Like I said, I've been like everywhere. I feel super scattered, and with all the changes and trying to just be settled in the changes, it just takes me a while, like a long while, like months. So working on it. Anyway, I will get to all your comments. That's what I'm saying. I promise. My winners from that, okay? Lisa Justice, she recommended to me J.D. Robb's In Death series, and I'm pretty certain this was recommended to me by multiple people so far. It has so many books in the series, like 30 plus books in the series. I've not read any of them. I've not read any of Robb's, but I have heard of J.D. Robb's, and like in a good way. So there's that, Lisa. And the Violet Stitcher is my second winner. She recommended to me Robert Jordan's Wheel of Time series, which I've actually read the first like 4 or 5 books of them. And I've actually been debating whether to read the rest of them before I get to that point in my Brandon Sanderson reading, so that, like, do I include Brandon Sanderson's writings of Robert Jordan's books in with my Brandon Sanderson reading? Because I'm reading Brandon Sanderson in publication order. I did not realize how early in his publication, that there's a better way to say this, but I don't know. As being a published author, like, it's pretty early on in his works. Anyway, I don't know. Haven't decided that, but that's what she recommended to me. So Lisa and Lisa Justice and the Violet Stitcher. I have my email in the comments below. Not in the comments, in the description below. Email me. I will need your email address that you use for 1, 2, 3 Stitch. I will also need your mailing address because I don't know why 123 Stitch can't just like let me say ship to sender or ship to the owner of this wish list, but it doesn't. I have to like add it to my own cart and then put in your address. Anyway, so email to me those two things. I will need both your email and your mailing address, and then I will pick out from your wish list. I love doing this. I also love perusing wish lists. So if you want me to just like peruse your wish list ever, just email me. I will always look. Anyway, I'm excited for this, so do that. And then what else? 24 Hours of Cross Stitch is coming up. It is July 21st to the 23rd. And my plan is to be going live and everything that weekend. I shouldn't have to. Something did come up, but I won't have I don't have information on it yet. It may have to change my plans. But as of right now, I will be going live for that weekend like normal. I'm really excited because my Sundays in the summers are not very full. So I can actually have more of an evenly spread, like, 8 or 9 hours every day rather than like 10 to 11 hours on whatever the first Friday and Saturday, and then like 2 hours on Sunday. So I prefer the 8 to 9 hours much better. My plan stitching wise is my bookshelf first, 1,800 stitches on my bookshelf. Then my rabbit, at least 3 days worth, but possibly more if I just feel like blitzing it. And then I don't know what. I don't have any like plans outside of that yet because I don't know. Usually somebody says, "Oh, you should stitch on this," and I go, "Sure," and I pull it out and I love it. I really love pulling projects out based on what you guys say because you guys are excited about it and can't wait to see it, and it gets me excited about it, and I love all my projects. I want to stitch on all of them, and I just can't. So that's it. Have I said all the things? Have I said enough of the things? Thank you for being here. You're amazing. If you are new to this little stitchy corner, welcome. We're very just conversational here. If you want the notifications from when I go live, like do whatever it is you have to do to get that, because those lives are when we can talk, right? Like we talk about whatever comes up, and I love them. I love them so much. I love our conversations. I love hearing about how your life is going, how your projects are going. We talk about struggles a lot. We talk about like hard things sometimes, but it's always very accepting and very loving. I love it. I just love it so much. We celebrate. Sometimes I sing for you guys. And I don't know. It's so conversational. I've heard from people that they kind of go two ways. Either sometimes lives just aren't your thing. That's fine. Sometimes you can't talk because you're watching me on the big screen, or you're like rocking a baby to sleep, or you're painting kitchen cabinets, whatever. But sometimes you're like, I can never stitch because I just want to talk so much. And that's fine. It's whatever you need it to be. And then there's people who say they don't like missing the lives. because they feel like they miss out on the conversation. Like they love watching them later, but they always have things they want to say, and they're like, but I'm not part of the conversation anymore. So if being part of a conversation is your thing, or you just like hearing that sort of thing, the live streams are perfect for that. It's like our own little like stitching retreat, that's all. Okay. I'm getting hungry. And I can't, I'm racking my brain. Like, what else can I say? I don't know. Life is good. I'm good. I love you guys. If you have any questions, you know how to reach me. There's the comments, there's Instagram, there's email, and Discord. There's Discord. Yeah. I feel like I'm missing something. Like, oh, I should tell them about this. I don't know. What did I not tell you guys about? Can you infer in my brain? Like, what do you want to hear more about that I didn't tell you about? I don't know. Okay, I love you guys. I'm going to sign off now and get this edited and uploaded. I am sending you my love completely. I'm not even going to promise that I'm going to film in 2 weeks, even though I love filming on a 2-week basis. Clearly, I haven't stuck to that this year at all, but I'll try. How's that? It is on my calendar to do, so I will try. I love you. I've now said that 3 times because I keep trying to say goodbye and then I keep spewing out other things and then I just never... Goodbye.